immense pleasure to welcome you all for the fourth day of this ATAL Faculty Development Program on Future Trends in Green Technology for Sustainable Development. We welcome you all. We now start with the first session of the day. The session is chaired by Engineer Ganesh Kumar, Senior Associate, Compliance Operation, Environment and Sustainability, Amazon, Bangalore. Mr. Ganesh Kumar has completed his bachelor's in Energy and Environmental Engineering from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore. He has completed his master's in Environmental Engineering from Pandit Deenadayal Petroleum University, Gandhinagar. He is a certified sustainability reporting practitioner and certified GRI and SDGs practitioner by Earth Academy, Netherlands. He has experience in e-commerce, steel business, ESG disclosures, corporate sustainability, CSR, biodiversity, environmental statutory compliance, and environment management systems. Today, Sir is here to enhance our knowledge about sustainability reporting. Now, I invite Mr. Ganesh Kumar to take over the session. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah. So, first of all, thanks for the invite. It's been very excited to come back to college to present to in front of different faculties. So the intent of this session is as simple as that. So the straightforward is at the end of the session, everyone at least attending the session will come to know how to read a report, sustainability report, and why we are making it. So if we get this basic understanding, it is enough. Because this is a 1 hour session, 1 hour session, I think I need to go with simple basic objectives. So that is my objectives. And second is, feel free to stop me anywhere if I'm going too fast, because I tend to speak fast because that is not because of nervousness or something, but characteristic attitude something. So that is kind of disclaimer. So any kind of expectations or anybody before anybody want to mention this is kind of expectations I have now, feel free to, anybody can put in chat box or something. I can hold for 30 minutes or 1 minute for this.
Participants, if you have any particular expectation, you can report to the speaker, please.
Okay, I will start the session. So basically the session is planned in a way of questioning plus answer. That is a way we can keep our knowledge check. That is an idea. So let me know if my audio is clear. So is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Great. So let's quickly jump into this. Okay. So this is the content. I have a couple of recommendations for everyone. Then what is the context, and if we have an answer of these three, why, what, and how on sustainability reporting, then the sustainability reports, examples, and costs associated in, and conclusion and way forward. And if time permits, if I don't know whether students are attending, if how I landed in corporates and what is the corporates expectations. This is the flow of this. See, almost it's the fourth day. When I see the schedule, more of the sessions are about technical expertise, but this is about how whatever initiatives anybody, even a government or even a private firm, anybody can do now, they need to report it, and how it will be shown outside and what are the benefits of this. This is the thin line. So I will start with a couple of recommendations which is out of the topic. So I don't know how many of you read about these Sapiens book. So which is one of the best book I would advise, not to for an initial reader, but if anybody is interested in know about environment and bit about how we are, that is the basic now. So how I am, how mankind was there. There are certain questions I got the answers. So this is the book which was very interesting to make things further curious. I don't know how many of in the session will think agriculture is one of the great job or something. I think 90% of the people will think agriculture is one of the good work we do. But to make the participant or anybody who is interested to make this curious, so there is a chapter in this book which says agriculture is the biggest fraud ever mankind has did. So if you are interested, go and read this. So this is, and second is the social dilemma. Like I don't know, like most of that, I don't know whether how many people have checked it. This is the documentary by Netflix. So this is how tech companies and what is how like how tech companies are running and how we become polarized world kind of things. I don't know, like, so does anybody have an answer what the tech company's goal is? If you take Twitter, Amazon, or Facebook or anything, all the tech companies having only one goal. That is simple. That is everyone wants your attention. So please check out this documentary. So I will provide you a link at the end of the session also. More about we will discuss at the end if we have a time or something. So great. If anybody have already seen it, just put a chat or something so that people will get to know, like people can connect with you also. So there's a quick check. I want to check how the session I can take it forward. So I have a quick quiz. So which says like how to have you anybody have done a reading on reporting or something. So quickly I put a link in a chat box, which is a slido.com. Any like all of them who are joining via system, you can just click it and go to the system and you can like mark this whether you have done this or not. So this is the question. And using the link, you can like just give a yes or no answer. Let me know, is it allowing or like, all right. Hope everyone is able to access it. Hope everyone able to access and provide that like response. So the basic, the reason for this question is, so like how to pitch, how to take the forward session. That is why, because this is a topic which deals about multiple departments in a company or corporates, same as government agencies. A good, like few people have read sustainability report. It is very interesting. So that is. Okay, I will take this as an answer. Like almost 93% never has read any sustainability report, an annual report of any company, and 7% of the people has read it. So it's fine. Like so, like the most is about fundamentals. As I said, the objective is as simple as that. How like a common person or from an investor background or something like for a person who's getting into this business, how to read a report. That is, and few ways how to make this report also. So thanks everyone for like answering. Like it's a great insight to take it forward the session. Like if anybody is yet to respond, you can respond it. Like anyway, I will take this as a major. So setting the context. So this is where like what we are going to discuss for the next 1 hour. Like objective is very clear. So we are going to read about as simple as how we are going to read about a system report. That is our basic objective. The context is like everyone in the like in the world discussing about like climate change or like drought or anything, many kind of risk we were discussing, but the climate change is a kind of fancy word everyone is discussing. And parallelly right now, if you go into any of the social media or like anything, people will tell about sustainability. But if you take back a certain time, sustainable is not new to us. It was in our roots, but later because of the various business or various evaluation, we become like this. So I don't know, like before 30 years or 40 years down the line, like plastic cover, nobody would have carried. Like everyone would have carried the like bags at the home. But right now, to ease our life, the plastic came, but right now it becomes. So this is how like the sustainability is getting back to the roots and make sure like how we are going to resilient. It is I don't know how many of you read about that topic like initial slide. If you can't measure, you can't manage. That is as simple as that. Even personal life or anything, like if you take finances also like that, only we everyone do. Like if you can't measure, you can't manage. The same ways for a business also. Business need to be measure each and everything. And like I think in the 4 sessions which I see, like there's a session conducted by my senior like Kumar, he conducted on LC and sustainability. So I think he would have explained about sustainability. So anybody is having idea about what is exact sustainability is, what is sustainable development. So anyone can just unmute or tell, or else you can put it in chat box. So like just basic, like it's simple. You can write a one word or a like couple of other sessions also.
Participants, this is an interactive session, so we kindly request you to interact with the speaker, please.
Wow. Like now, see, it's yeah, okay. Like anyway, like we are going to discuss about this, but I want just a 1 or 2 words. Like already we have read, because the 4-day sessions mostly about more technicality side, like not about a general perspective or something. That is why feel free to put in chat. Like so, there is no nothing wrong or right. So nobody is going to judge you. That is all. So wow, awesome. Oh, almost got it. Like so, this is as per the Brundtland Commission report. The first comment itself makes sense. Development and present without compromising the future. So as simple as that. So yeah, before defining sustainability, let me take you this. Without see, this is the latest report by World Economic Forum on global risk. What is like if you seeing this one slide at a view, you will see most of the risk and impact is about the environment. Like everyone is talking about environment, but who's making decisions and who's taking actions? Everyone is saying like countries going net zero and all. Where they were tracking, nothing is there. So in 2021, the biggest one of the impact which we saw is infectious disease, which is nothing but pandemic right now. Everyone is saying. So the reason I put out this chart is I will explain in the next slide. So how this risk and opportunities are converted for a business. That is the aspect. So a couple of more comments also, like balance of resource, sustainable in broader terms is related to natural resource shall be available for future generations so that it can be permanently damaged. So almost everyone is know the idea, but everyone is having a like kind of initial struggle or icebreaker, like where to start and how to start. So this like the flow of this is one is business, how it is doing, then how as an individual you can we can also support. That is that flow also. So the next slide is we'll quick into see as the like in like participant said, it is as simple as that development that meets need of the present without compromising the like ability of future generation to meet their own needs. It is as simple as that. Like whoever said it is great, awesome. Then second is sustainable approach. It is development is also approach for a business. How we can better explain is long-term stakeholder value by managing risk and embracing the opportunities. This is the two important like keywords which we need to focus. Always managing a risk and embracing it. Even for an individual, like for a personal life, also the same way. This is so. So this is the basic, and there are two things here I mentioned about philanthropy and sustainability. So people think if I do something for good for environment, they think that is a philanthropy. No, that is this is like it's a wrong way of thinking, and it needs to a certain change. So philanthropy and sustainability is exact opposite, to be frank. So philanthropy is kind of a charitable act, but sustainability is about the attitude of organization, you can say, or else like how we are going to like resilient in our life also. See, for philanthropy, you can just go and donate to a person who wants to study in some college or who wants a food or something. But sustainability is more about how you are going to scale up that impact, how you are going to measure. So the like for example, the same example, if I'm going to pay food for 100 people, then what is their impact in their lives? How they are going to like how is going to impact? That is the sustainability. Like the 100 people can get a 1 day food so that they can have a better access to food. If it is aged people, that is a better survival rate or something for healthy food. And second is for a like for a labor force, it is they can work with good productivity. Then third is earning trust. That is matters in sustainability or any kind of business, earning trust. So it makes you very resilient in taking things forward. So whatever colorful charts which you see in the before slide, like colorful, the slide which you seen it here, these all will be addressed with sorry for the images just squeezed, but this is a sustainable development goals. everyone knows it. Like right now in social media, it is like a buzz. Like everyone talk about this also. So this is the 15 goals, 70 like basically 17 goals. Of this, 15 is majorly specifically on each and every targets and 17. But everyone talks about 17 goals, but nobody talks about 169 targets. Each goal is having certain targets. So the reason I put this slide is, see, we having a metrics to measure everything. So that is why, like, it is not like just like we have put a 17 goals, like everyone is discussing something. It is not like that. Like the goal is to make sure how the progress we went. For example, if no poverty by 2020, nobody like at least 70% of the poverty population should come out now. So we every country is having a own metrics to measure against this. So this is a kind of a good initiative. Like by 2015, we brought it in 15 years, but India is making some progress in some of the goals. Definitely, like renewable energy, affordable energy is something which India was doing phenomenal. The next slide is about understanding ourselves, like basically India, what it is doing. So as a sustainability professional, as well as a common, like who are dealing with energy and environmental, who are dealing with any research, should know this. So that is like, so how many people have idea like COP26 is going to happen in which country or which place? I think it is in slide also, but make it you can put in like comment or like this. Or like it is the most happening week, I would say. Like it's a kind of the topic which we discussing also, future of the green technology trends or something. The same way the COP26 is going to happen on August, like this week last, it is the most discussing after the Paris Agreement. So everyone knows about Paris Agreement, what it is. I assume that like Paris Agreement is nothing but like every countries come together and they discuss like we are going to limit a temperature limit of 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius comparing to pre-industrial era. That is like very simple. Like when compared to some industry level, let's take 1960 or 1860, our temperature should not cross 2 degrees Celsius. So I don't know how many people know average temperature of the earth. Like if you anybody is having idea, please comment or something. So like morning session maybe bit interactive makes the day good. I feel that's why I'm asking kind of a questions. So feel free, like, so there is no wrong. Like I keep on saying this. So the average temperature will be 15 degrees Celsius. So we need a carbon in the atmosphere to have a certain. If there is a zero carbon in the atmosphere, then world or Earth would be in negative degree. So it is good to have a carbon, but we have emitted too much. So like let's talk about India's approach and global approach. This is a basic need, as I said before, for a sustainability professional. So at COP21, I said 190 countries have committed meet their NDCs. NDC, any idea? So NDC is like it's a national determined contributions. Every country need to come and commit themselves. Like see, for India also having some NDCs. Like so, since everyone is on the, I assume like everyone is more on technical background. That's why like nobody would have been tracked on this. So India kept some NDCs. Like for example, by this year we will achieve this. By this year we will achieve this. Like this. So this is as simple like so these are the three NDCs India have kept. So we will limit our emissions to the intensity of GDP by 30 to 33 to 35%. And like as everyone know, like we are ramping up renewable energy, and in the sense we thought of bringing renewable energy to 40%. Right now it is 30%, which is a good kind of achievement. India have done it. And additionally carbon sink. Like carbon sink is nothing but everyone knows like it's a forest or like forest cover mostly. So we thought of increasing it. So India has made a good progress in it, to be frank, when compared to other countries. Even developed countries also not yet met, but India has made. But problem with India is the population which we are having. So the risk, or like as I said in the first slide, the risk is going to be very much in future also, because our population is growing and we are developing at the same time, which means energy consumption is going to be very high. So that is the reason we need to be very like we need to make very concrete effort on all this NDCs and all. So this is a kind of basics, but topic is yet to be dived in. Why sustainability reporting for a business and all. So if anybody is having extra facts or something which like to share or something, feel free. So or any kind of questions or any kind of discussion around this also you can ask. On a technical side also, I will try to answer it.
Participants, kindly interact with the speaker, please.
No, kind of it is not a force or something, but if you really think that, so this is a general, this is a kind of a general kind of a talk. So
Sir, we have a
everyone would have been
question in the
interested. That's why I,
Sir, we have
yeah,
a
sure.
question in the chat box.
Okay, great. So straight away answer I can't with the facts I can't tell right now. But electricity consumption is why it is matter in GDP. See how GDP works. We need to understand the basic like so GDP is what is the product which we made in like India or something. So energy demand is going to be 2x. Like whatever energy demand right now we have, it is going to be further increase more. So how we are going to keep see right now everyone is seeing about a coal shortage now. This is a kind of a risk and what is the opportunity out of it we need to think about. Then the straightforward answer for this is like without industrial development we can't achieve our GDP. So India like our country is having a target of $5 trillion. That is a general topic like but without a electricity consumption or a energy diverse mix or something we can't achieve this. So it is a key factor. Without industry India can't develop. So I think it is more or less correlated questions. So I will move to the okay, no more questions. Okay, great. See, this is the kind of interesting slide. What, why, how. So this is why this is like if any topic, if you want in any topic, if you have these three answers, then you are good enough. I don't know, like so there is a TED talk which recently which I checked this. So if you want to be good at certain thing, like so if you want to be a top performer of everything, for example, in music, AR Rahman, in Olympics, Usain Bolt, no, you need to spend 20,000 hours of training, be it in any. But if you want to be good, if you want to be enough good, like just to be like you want to be a not top 1%, but in a top like 10%, na, you need to just spend 20 hours for any kind of training. You will be a good enough. So it is proven research. Like I will get a TED talk link. So it is kind of good thing. So the reason why I shared is like if you spend minimum 20 hours on any topic, you will be a good person. So maybe you can say a subject matter expert also you can become in a basic intermediate level. What is the strategy to meet the energy consumption? Is the government wholly behind the NDCs or there is a separate body to manage this? Great. So first question I will answer is the government wholly behind this. Government is fully behind. The ministry of every ministry is responding, and Niti Aayog is also basically the it is a think tank which will handle the NDC's target and tracking everything. So that is the answer for it. Then next is what is the strategy to be taken to meet the energy consumption? Seriously, like there's no straight. I don't have an answer for it. But what is like that's why we put NDCs now. Like we have a 40% of renewable will be kept it. So we want to ramp it up. So the future government move. So from business background, I say like because I worked in Adani Power for a group level. So what we represented to that government is we want a diverse mix. So we don't want to be solo depend on a coal or else even hydrogen, like even or a solar also. That's why government come up with the idea of a mix of electricity source. Like even a 175 gigawatt target India kept is out of this 100 is solar, 60 is wind. So the strategy is going to be a diverse mix, not it is going to be a sole focus. Like only from this we are going to achieve this and all. So this is in the coming years, this is going to be a strategy. So coming back to the slide, what, why, how, what is sustainability? Okay, one more questions. Okay, great. Okay, not. So what, why, and how? This is a basic answers. Like we are going to answer this for next. I can take next 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I will answer this all. Like because now like more than 15 minutes, nobody's attentive now because too many webinars in pandemic, everyone has. I know, like I know the pain of attending a webinar, but I want to make sure like if we have 15 minutes of time to make sure. So end, I want like at least if you make sure to read something now, that is great enough. It's the outcome of the session. So let's move to what like basically. So no more words and all, like just I kept only one line. So that is enough. Like if you read about it, like sustainability report is a report on organization, environmental, economic and social performance. This is as simple as that. So I don't know how many of you are investing in share market or mutual funds or like. I think most of that new generation has started investing. I think FD is the old generation, like that people are saying. So this report is going to be having a more impact on whatever the share market or mutual funds which are going to do right now. Because basic is, if an investor want to invest or an individual want to invest in a company, what they will check is profit. Second is how much revenue they have generated and what are the products they are having. That is a basic thing now we used to check. But right now it went above beyond because of the recent climate disaster which have happened. So what people are asking is, from investor point of view, they just like, see how you are going to manage the risk. So give it us like. So good example is, I don't know, like many of you know about Chennai floods. Chennai floods having a severe impact on TCS. They lost crores and crores of money because they need to close that premises, which is the one of the most leading. In each day, the loss of revenue or loss of something is not in a like lakhs or something. It is a crores, like more than 100 crores like that. So that is a risk which the company never predicted it, and company never have met it put it in anywhere in sustainability report. The report is a holistic approach to see an organization basically. So if you want to understand any organization, or else if you like basic, like right now not all the companies are publishing sustainability report, but top 500 companies who are having a budget, they are putting sustainability report. So the triple bottom line, as everyone knows, every company will focus on three aspects: planet, people, prosperity. So that's why like environment, economic, social. These are some KPIs. Under these KPIs, company need to be make sure they are focusing or not. If you take any reports, like you can just like have a glance on it of, I don't want anybody to remember or like keep things, just have a glance on it. What are in social factors, what are in environment, and what are in economic. The same thing we will in a later stage when we are going to read a sustainability report, like basically how a report is constructed now. So that time it is going to be make to be more sense for you. So that is the idea. So what is a simple sustainability report is a report about an organization, environmental, economic, and social performance. That's it. So you can keep a note of it. Then the next is going to be a why. This is a prime important of discussion. Like anybody who like, so this is where I need your most of your attention. Like the stuff like it is more about a discussion. That's why I thought of asking kind of questions to you. So this is why we are doing it basically. Why a company need to put a sustainability report? Why a company need to put an annual report? Apart from compliance, like there are a certain regulations. If you run a company and if you listed your company in a public limited, I don't know how many of you know SEBI. SEBI, like if anybody knows, like just give them SEBI, like in chat, like I think I assume like most people know because people are investing in share and mutual funds. Now, SEBI, Stock Exchange Bureau of India, the company who all invested in like make listed in SEBI, because SEBI is nothing but the like I will start a company, I will generate a certain revenue. To grow my company, what I do, I will take a public funds. How I can do is I will go to that SEBI and I will list my companies, and there are certain terms and conditions. Once you started listed in SEBI, then you need to make sure follow the rules of SEBI. So SEBI is having certain rules. Every quarter, you need to publish your results. How much profit you are making, how much loss you are making, and what is the revenue you are doing. So that is out. So this is out of like we come to the straight point of why we are making the report. So I will explain with all the use cases. So you can take it anywhere, like use it as an example. So if a company like Adani, before 10 years, what is the data? Who's like, if a company Adani is having, if somebody is going to newly joined, and if he wanted data of last 10 years, from where he can get this? So if like person is asking for before 5 years, what is the consumption of energy company is doing? And same ways, what is that revenue which company revenue definitely will have an account, but energy consumption or energy initiatives, like nobody would have like kind of accountability or a data stored or anywhere. This is where the sustainability report is going to helpful many ways. Once we started reporting a sustainability report, it will be accountable. Like every year the report report will be accountable. This is one. Then the report mostly deals about risk and opportunities. What are the risks and how you are going to embrace the opportunities? So like that example also like each report need to mention this is the main information, like what are the risks. And so anybody's having idea about stakeholders? Who are all stakeholders? For our personal life also you can tell, like who are impacting us is my stakeholder basically. For a company, who is stakeholder? Basically customer, Second is employee. Third is the people community who is around. These are the basic stakeholders who are there. So that is why the stakeholder view is very important. While preparing a report, we won't generally prepare a report just like that. We will go and write it from our own perspective. The report brings multiple perspective. That's where this is going to be like the holistic view. I said, now like, see, if I have a company, I can write for my own self. See, these are the good things I did it. But what is the outsider view? That makes more important. That is why this report is also why these are the process in the making report. But then finally, there is a regulatory requirements. So this report, by publishing the report, we can like how to say, we can comply with many of the regulatory requirements. For example, like every year, how much fly ash utilized for a power plant, how we can report. There is a government agency report is there. Then second is using this report, you can be a very accountable. Like if a straightforward, there is an inspection or notice of violation, if anybody from PCB or somebody who is coming to a site and asking data of like, hey, give me a list of last 3 years, what are the waste you generated, where like for a bigger organization, it is very difficult. You can't go straight away to ask one person, like for a company of 1,000, it is very difficult. In this point also, this is going to be important. So this is major 4 kind of benefits which I say. But right now the main topic is investors. So how, like, see, if I say, like, if a company is making loss, I go to my boss, I say, see, sir, I'm going to do something for good for environment. Give me some money. Did he will give? Definitely no. Like, it's like normal now. Like, sir, I'm going to do some good. Like, it will help people. It will give good rains or something. It will make environment good. Nobody will care about this. Like, they will say, like, why I need to do? I don't have money, so why I need to spend? So nobody thinks about long-term approach. Now, like basically in our life also, like if somebody say, like take myself as example, like many people said you do something and after 10 years you will be good. Like I'm saying in a lighter note, but some things I didn't follow it. Like that is on like the long-term value approaches and never, I think we as an individual, some people will follow, they are the most successful. And as a like individuals, we very less people will follow to a certain extent. It is about consistency also in the life. So coming to the circle, like business, asset managers, investors, and rating agencies, how this report is going to be a play around this part. How like how this point is, this business is getting influenced. Without money, business can't run. With business can't run, they can't, like nothing, like there's a no growth or like apart from this, like there is a no like evolution or something you can say in this way. So businesses are mandatory. So initial days, what we do, businesses in the terms of taking revenue. If I start a business, I can have a good car, I can have a something best. But it is changing. Like if you become a bigger company, you need to make an impact. I don't know how many of you read about Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I think I assume like people, somebody would have read. It is one of the beautiful book I would ask everyone to read. So see, the good example is people won't buy your product because what you are selling. People buy why you are selling. That is the reason. So why need to be very strong. The sustainability report mostly talks about why you are conducting the business, why you are in this area, what you are creating impact. In each and every concept, it will answer you all your whys. There is so there is a red color column which I highlighted as rating agency. The rating agency is like how the report, how is like by publishing the report, how the company is going to get benefited. That is that final question is. So I publish a report. I will ask my boss, we will publish a report. He will ask why. So then as it will have a good view on investors. So I will give an example. Like if State Bank have 1,000 crores, like everyone would have put some money in state banks, and State Bank is having some 1,000 crores of fund, and they want to invest in some company. Initially, how they do is they will just go, they will read about the financial things. Like for example, for a power factory, they will go and read, see, this company is having revenue this much generated. Last year, whoever invested 1,000 crores, they get this month amount of profit out of it. So it is good, we will go and invest. That is the point they will do. Further, there are certain analysts are there, they will give a report. But as I said, right now, business went beyond this. Right now, there are certain rating agencies who will rate your company based on your sustainable performance. What they do is, once you publish your report, that is a sustainable report, they will consider it. They will rate you, like they won't give you a score, but like they have 1,000 crore of investment fund in a state bank, and they will go and ask rating agencies. Anyone having idea about who are the rating agencies? Any company, do you have anybody is having idea? Good. any. See, it's like at least anyone let me know if the topic is going wider or something. I can come back again to be a point, because this is a topic which we can't go a streamlined way, because here and there the topics are touching. Though that's why I put a focus on investor view right now. Okay, I will take it as a yes or something. So I know, like, so I also been a participant of webinar, so great. Okay, so like the final answer is how by publishing a report I'm going to get benefited. So there are rating agencies in India. You can note it out: S&P Global, MSCI, CDP. These are the companies. What they does was they will rate every companies based on their environment performance. I will show a report. They will do like you may think it is just like a report, but it is not. It is more than that. They will reach each and every line. They will take each and every. See, right now you can see many people put cases on companies now based on that what. Like companies are obliged to put that results in the public. Based on that they will put like even Apple. I don't know how many people have an idea about this. Apple faced a big backlash because they hired some supplier in Congo who uses child labor. Nobody thought that is going to be a risk for that company, the supplier is. But right now, because of that, Apple share has a very bad, I think it was before 15 years, even that time. Right now, it becomes very transparent. Everyone is having phone, everyone can make decisions. Even a single tweet can make things happen. So that is it. So that is how the investor is going to get benefit, and same ways company is going to benefit by making a report more concise. Like I need to make sure my report is having enough information for investors to make decisions. That is why this is asset managers also same thing. So anybody is having any question, any curious questions or something, so I'm happy to answer. Like, so I want to make sure this why should be very strong. That's why. Okay. Okay, I will consider some, at least 1 or 2 points would have been noted in your like understood. That's why people are listed or something. So I will move on to how you're going to make. I think it's been almost 10. See, like if I say to my boss, like, see, sir, sustainable report isn't getting good revenue or something, he won't agree. Like, it's not like I'm going to convince my mom or dad, like, I want this. Like, without data points, nobody's agreeing, even like everyone. So this is a good data point which says, like in the right side, if you see, like what it is here is the top N 100 companies, which refer to the 400 companies, which is top 100 companies in each revenue by revenue in each 49 countries. They have checked it. Each company started to publish a report. You are seeing from 1999 how it becomes. Right now, out of 100 companies, 92 companies started publishing, and G250 also same, like 75 almost like. So the importance is getting like with this results, I can influence my company or my manager or anybody to say, see, sir, like there is a strong response for this. We should go for it. So I think people would have a question: how what is the cost involved in preparing a report and all? I have covered in this later because that is one of the interesting factor push that everyone might have been interested. So it is just like a report, everyone. So anybody's having question? Okay, I will take it as a forward. So I think before 2 slides, I said about rating agencies, how they will measure a company. I said, no, like in financial, they will check revenue, profit, and everything. This is the classic example. Whereas one rating agencies analyzed a company and they have given a score. Like, for example, in economic dimension, company is having a score of 59, and environment it is having 60, and it is having 59. This comparison, it will be against with the peers company, the company in the same business. For example, if you are taking power, NTP, Adani Power is one company, same as NTPC, and worldwide like different power companies. So it will give the investors good view. See, like let's take an example. I am an investor, I have 1,000 crore. I want to check what are the risks this company is having, or does the company is having any strategy in climate change. If suddenly a flood is going to happen, how they are going to run operation. So in this climate strategy, sorry, company score is 53 and percentile rank is. So when compared to other companies, this company is not good enough. And what are the improvements that like company need to make? That is from company side, but investor side, I should not make an like I should ask this company why they have, why still they didn't have any good strategy to overcome this and all. Like, so this is that good scorecard example. So you can see how a company will be rated. Even a supply chain management, information security and cyber security. This cyber security is the recent one. After 2016, data theft, privacy, and all these are things. What are the policy we have kept, and code of business conduct, and privacy protections, policy influence, and everything, like even human rights, occupational health and safety, each and every parameter the company will be scored. So this is a good aspect. You can check a company, even if you want to invest in a company, like it's not like a promotion or something, but I say, if you want to invest in any companies, I would advise to read the sustainability report at least once. So everyone will read about what is the market and what is the product, but I would suggest is go and read about this sustainability report to understand basics of what is the company is going to do if there is any problem. That is also. So I will coming into this topic on same again. So this is how we are going to make this report. This is the like kind of a mandatory step or something, like which everyone should know. Like, so this slide is talks about a new company. For example, let's take a TNAU as a college also. If a TNAU want to develop a sustainability report, or else if a new company want to develop, the vision is more important. What, like I said, now why we are going to do it, why we are doing the business. So there are 3 areas I kept it highlighted: getting the basics right, strengthening the core, and communicating the effects. So like the first process, as simple as that, my vision and mission should be clear in my report. So what I'm going to do, why I'm going to do. So after 5 years, what my business is going to do. So I have a question, like if anybody is interested in business. So have you seen any company has mentioned vision as my company vision is to earn like 2 crores within 5 years? No, like anybody has written any financial terms in vision or mission? If you would have read, please share. That is because none of the companies will do this, because no companies want to give their vision and mission in terms of financial terms, because they want to give the sense of purpose, why we are here basically. So Adani Power, basically they said we are going to impacting the livelihoods. Whereas Amazon will say, so we are making to make ease of the customer buying options. That is how. So this is matters, like even for TNAU, like it is educating a students or like empowering a students. That is so nowhere think about vision and mission should be on the financial aspects. My company should earn 1,000 crore in next 5 years, like 1,000 crore in next sometime or something like that. Then second step is materiality assessment. I don't know, this is a terminology which is most needed for a sustainability professional, which is nothing but identifying risk and opportunities. What is materiality for your business? Let's take for a TNAU, what all will be the materiality. So for example, if there is a sudden, like in terms of environmental, I will say, what if happens there is a water scarcity in college because students are staying in the college, then what is the opportunity, like what is that like mitigation opportunities they have. So there's a disruption, like if there is a no water or else a no food or there's a no transport something, then suddenly it is going to cause a disruption in the existing overflow which they're having. So they need to having a mitigation opportunities. If the water is not available on these days, we have this, we have a land, we have a some area of other resource of water to serve our students. That is one. But for a business, think about, I don't know how many, like for the before 2 months, Suez Canal, I don't know, like many of would have been seen about this. There is a ship which got blocked in Suez Canal. Because of that, global supply chain got disrupted. I said, now like even one day failure is cause huge crores and crores of loss in business. So I don't know how many companies have predicted that there is a problem, is if that kind of a supply problem is going to come, and how I'm going to mitigate it. So it is how like how we are like diligent in making or predicting our risk. See, good example is coal. Right now, coal is, we are seeing 5 days shortage or 4 days shortage, like that. Like only 4 days only having India coal business and all. But initially, what it was 10 days coal stock we should have. But where we lost that, whether we have a mitigation practice or something. India is doing well, to be frank, in this. So that's why there is no power cut. But whereas China, if you think 60% of the industries like industry load has come to 60%. So this is about this. So materiality assessment, which is the most important topic. Then governance. Governance is what my management is thinking. It's not like an individual, like it's a business, no? Like I can't take an individual decision. See, if I do this, company will do it. It's a group of decisions. What my top management is thinking. Everything need to be put in policy. See how like every company talks about gender diversity. Example I am saying. So, but any company is having policy or not? If they having any policy to be mentioned, like see, we never hire people based on gender or something. Every company is having a statement, but companies should have a policy. The problem with creating a policy is just not like a piece of paper. It should have an implementation mechanism. How we are going to bring it up? Let's say I will tell good example about like kind of Amazon. Like Amazon is one of the company which maintain a good kind of gender diversity, like kind of almost 45 to 45 percentage of women and 50 percentage of men. How they brought it? It's not like just like we will do it. So they have implemented it with a clear cut mechanism. So that's why policy matters. So focus more on policy. So this governance topic is how we are going to bring together our top management, like a CEO, vice president. In college, you can take say dean or vice president, like dean, HOD, or a college like professors who are all there. So that is how. So what are the risk management? Like there are many risks which are affiliated to college. I think academics should start reporting their own risk and own opportunities which they are going to embrace. Pandemic is one of the biggest risks nobody have predicted, which led to major loss, and none of the academics also have been able to cope up because they need to move to a online class kind of thing. So that is. So yeah, predicting and governance matters. Then the third point is setting of ESG goals, targeting and KPI. The policy or implementation procedures, everything should have a KPIs to measure. It's just not like that. I said, see, my company is promoting gender diversity. If I say, nah, that is a vague, like nobody, like anybody, even a person who's not from a business also can say this. But a person from a business should have a clear-cut KPIs in it. So what is their goal? By next year, I will achieve 15% of my workforce to be gender equality. Or else, second level is my business will be carbon neutral by 2040, like that. So this is the goal we need to keep. And the last step is only a reporting and disclosures. Here only we will go and we will report everything. So this is where the Snell report. So how processes, see, I didn't explain it very clear that way. This is like, see, whichever slides you have seen it here, I would say like you can get it from internet or information is thing. But the point is like the time which I spent 2.5 years in working on this, that is a matter I felt like. So that's why like more of use cases I'm explaining, not like just explaining like this is the topic and all. So I worked on this, that's why I explained. So the final step is after forming the first two step, getting the basis right, strengthening those. The final step coming is I'm going to communicate to the outer world which I'm doing it, how I'm going to do it. So this is the reporting and disclosure. In that the sustainability report, I will do everything. So see, here comes one more question is, if a report is I'm going to prepare, how format I can refer, how I can start it, how I can make, see how the people can compare with, see, if everyone start to writing their own report, it is like I can write my own, and same ways the people same as Amazon can write their own, same as Flipkart write their own. There need to be a standard common ground where people can come and use their frameworks. From there they can write it. So is it now? So that is how that comparison should be made now. So that's why like in colleges we keep exam to compare students. It's a common platform where everyone will come and write. From there we will compare it. So this kind of fundamental example I gave it. So I consider like any questions or something. So it's like, see, I'm also kind of a starter, like that's why I'm saying like if your questions can ask me to think something different.
We kindly request the participants to interact with the speaker.
Okay, I will move ahead. So I think the topic is okay. I will try to make it slightly crisp also hereafter. So I think we have a 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, sorry. So I said now like there is a common ground where everyone can report. So the what are the reporting frameworks which I have mentioned here? You can please go and check it out. GRI, CDP, SASB, TCFD. These are GRI is nothing but a global reporting initiative, which is a kind of format. Like, don't think terminologies are different. It is like a question and answer. Like, if you're going to follow a GRI, what you can do is just go to their website. They have a good standards. Each and every kind of, how to say this, each and every point is every parameters. I don't know how many people have still remember what I showed in the first slide of what environment, social governance. There are certain KPIs which I show. So this is the KPIs. In each KPI, they have a question. So if you answer all this question, your report will be ready. Kind of thing you can assume, but I'm not saying exhaustively. So freedom of association training. So for example, energy, the question in GRI would be, what is the energy consumption for your organization, and what is the mitigation strategy? What is the energy improvement strategy which you like implemented in your organization? Kind of these kind of questions will be there. So this is scope, type of guidance and point of view. So I don't want to go into much into this because these are reporting frameworks. Unless you understand a sustainable report, why you're making this slide is going to be just like it is. I don't think so it is going to add value. Like, so I feel, see, this is I said this is a question and answers, like you can refer. There are different kind of international organizations are there, GRI, CDP, SASB and TCFD. So audience also I mentioned, who are all going to mention it for investors and all. So I think I have a question. ESG, please explain. Okay, great. Kind of a great questions. Awesome. So see, ESG is an integrated part of sustainability. So as said, na, environment, social and governance. I don't know whether you read about first slide, like in sustainability reporting, which the what is about sustainability reporting, which I explained is environment, social and economic. These are three are important, but governance is the factor which will influence this. So this is the best example of ESG scorecard. So here also I mentioned, so I thought anybody will ask this question, but great you asked this. Like anyway, like, so this is the ESG parameters. Each and every company will be measured based on this. So you can recently say ESG funds, like the company who are claiming themselves ESG funds, they make sure the company listed in their company. For example, ESG mutual funds. I think SEBI has recently listed it. So for example, let's take SBI mutual funds. If they claim we are a ESG mutual fund. For example, we fund the companies who are more responsible enough for the environment, social and governance. So for example, if Adani is having this kind of scorecard and they will say, see, this company is doing good, I will invest this company, like that. So these are the example, like ESG is integrated part of sustainability. So that is, so more on investor side, I said about this. So this is the widely used frameworks. And one more question I have is, see, these frameworks are not in India, like, so these are worldwide use frameworks which are developed like outside of the world. So I have a quick poll on one more question. So let's, 1 minute. I will get the link and post it in your like chat box. People can start responding this. So I will share a screen again. See, let me know like if everyone is able to poll your vote or something. I think if overall answered, like just you can put a comment or in chat box, just say it's like 100% it was. Maybe, oh great. I will keep this slide for another 30 seconds, maybe. It will be a sense for everyone. Okay, I will take this as an answer. Like, so I don't want to be run out of time. So 67% said yes. So that is great, and maybe is 33%. Okay, it's okay still. Like anyway, more or less, the this is going to be mandatory for business in India to report sustainable performance. Great response, to be frank. So the point is, it is not mandatory to be in India to report sustainable performance, unless you are a company who are listed in like SEBI. I don't know listed companies whether you are able to get the idea or not. If the company is listed in SEBI, as I said, now like the company need to be public limited company. It's not should be a private limited company. So initially I said, but still India government is collecting data for sustainable performance. Not all the companies are mandated to like publish a sustainability performance, but the company who are listed in the top 500. You can ask how the companies of top 500, how they will like how they will calculate, how they will rank based on the market capitalization. So just a simple example is you can't compare Tata with the company whose MSME, like for example, small company in Coimbatore. Tata is a big company like that. Now, so the company will be listed on this basis. Tata Steel, Tata Power, Adani Power, like that, they will come, and small power plant will come. So the top 500 companies are mandatory to publish a business responsibility reporting. Right now, it changed to a business responsibility and sustainability reporting. The Indian government is also having asking 10 principal question. Every company, whoever releases their financial performance, along with the financial performance, they need to list this also. So I don't know, like Ministry of Corporate Affairs is handling this. So this is a just timeline of how this is, like how we evolved it. Like, see, people are saying if somebody said we are not making any changes in like in terms of business or in terms of a country, na, but it is not like we are. See, government need to pay a level playing, na. So suddenly, if government can't ask a company who's just started to company, start putting your investment in sustainability reporting or data collection or something. So that's why government is coming slowly, but future is going to be very bright. Every company is going to invest on sustainability reporting, because without report, they can't measure the risk and opportunities. Then second is they can't get investors view also. So this is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So this is the timeline. So you can check the latest one, BRR requirement like that. So I will give an example in the report which I have it, so that it will be very useful for everyone. So I thought its time is 10:30. I thought of break, but so since we have less than 30 minutes, I will quickly run through because I have a couple of more agenda. So if anybody want break or something, please tell them. Okay. I will run. Okay. See, this is 2 reports. So like objective, I don't know how many people of you remembering this. I'm going to tell how you're going to read a report for a starter or a beginner like this. So this is Adani Power report and one is Tata Steel. The reason I kept is because both the reports I have worked, like one is Adani Power I worked on like constantly. Tata Steel is something I referred. Adani Power report. So I'm just switching the windows. Let me know if my screen is visible. Like anybody can give just thumbs up in chat or something if they are able to see the screen. Great, thanks. So this is the report which we did on 1819. So whichever things I said there. So basic about whichever report which you open. So start about the report. Here they will mention everything. So just quickly, I read about this paragraph to understand how you can make a judgment on other reports. The report presents sustainability, performance, and value creation story of Adani Power Limited on material topics. Material topic is nothing but a kind of a risk, you can say, spanning 6 capitals. 6 capital. Can see your application. Okay. Spanning 6 capitals: financial, manufactured, natural, human, intellectual, and social, with the objective of disclosing ESG performance in company line with. So this is the matter. Which are the frameworks we have followed? Integrated reporting, global reporting standard have been adopted to measure performance and index across 6 capital. This is as simple as that. So here what we mentioned was which framework we followed. Because if you're going to read any report, now you need to make sure which framework they have reported it. That is one. Then second is what is the reporting period? 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019. As usual, financial, which India, like in India, we use. And here we mentioned we have showcased performance for a period of minimum 3 years. Like for the last 3 years, what we have done it. Then scope and boundary. This is most important. The reason is see, Adani Power is having many power plants. Whether we included all the power plants or not, that matters. So, like quickly jumping into, so first point is again, I'm emphasizing read about the report, reporting period, and scope of the boundary to get a glimpse about it. Then quickly, this report is having highlights. So, for example, how many employees Adani is having, what is the expenditure, what is this, and in terms of environment. Okay, 1 minute. In terms of environment, how much coal consumption we have done it, how much specific GHG emissions we have done it, everything in a single view, you can take it. Additions. What is the contract workforce we are having? Like how many employee training, safety training we have given it, everything we have put it here. See, here, what are the areas we are doing business? Our operation and upcoming plans. This is also. Then this is image. So I quickly run through. See, I said now governance approach should be needed. Why we are doing it, what we are doing it. So that's why we put CEOs and CSO topic. This is Chief Executive Officer. They will write like they won't write, but we will write it. But we will put like that is our responsibility basically. CEO's responsibility just to glance the reading. Like it is like what company is thinking, what company want to achieve, like that. This is a CSO, Chief Sustainability Officer. And here comes the interesting factor is, okay. These are the stakeholders. Like I said, now like report will get many stakeholder perspective. What are our stakeholders? Employee, contract workforce, local communities, investors, customers, media, NGOs, and vendor suppliers. And this is one of the most important topic, which is material topics. See, these are the areas which have opportunities as well as risk. Economic performance, which is a primary importance for a company. Without economic, we can't do anything. Land availability, and we have listed out almost 25. Any of this thing can impact our business. That is how this materiality. Please make sure to at least read. I can share a like to Balaji sir anything. I will share a couple of more reports also. You can verify what are the material topics of that company. What are the risks they are thinking for that company. See, here everything in a single view. For me, economic performance is maximum. Relevance of business value creation over time and importance of the financial capital to other stakeholders. So which are more important and which are less important? Which are most urgent? So I don't know how many of you read about quadrant, that kind of basic criteria to evaluate like which is most important, which is most urgent. So in this way we represented, see what are in the red zone, which is more important to us. We need to focus more on this. So these are like if there is we need to work on 2 policies. We should go with water management, not with the employment some policies, because that is if water is not tomorrow, we can't run a business. This is, and this slide is enough to make you enough decision. What is input that year we have spent? Input is nothing but from each and every capital. For financial, we spend this much money. For manufacturing, we spend this much resource. For natural capital, we spend this much water. And for human, we have invested this much. The output is here. You will see. This much amount of equity amount we have generated, this much amount of revenue. Here input, this is output. Same ways. In this, you can read about, for example, how many people fatalities. So the safety and all very critical factors. Like even a 1% loss, it is going to be a big impact on company's business. So that's why it is not like anybody can write or something like that. So that is how the report is. Okay. So next, one more report I will share. Like I previously said, each and every rating agencies, like analyst or something, they will rate your company like anything. Like you think like this is 60-page report now, like this is almost 60-page report. Like I don't think so. Like it is not wise to ask everyone to read the 60 pages. That's why I said, what are the important points you need to read in this report? That first, like, so then the rating agency, the work of the rating agency is they will read complete about report, complete about company. See, they have given everything. In carbon emission, we have a negative score. In opportunities and renewable energy, we have a negative score. In everything, we have negative score because our business is more on coal. Even they will give what are the controversies also. So this is kind of a like analyst work like anything. So whichever information we are putting in a public, we make sure we put enough information correct. So that's why this sustainability reporting and performance are something we need to be very conscious when we are reporting. So quick kind of interesting question. So anybody is having idea about how much cost involved in preparing kind of this report or something? So just put in chat, like random answers would be fine. Like it is a 60-page document. I'm telling the real value how much I spent for this report. I will tell after this. A time is fine. Great time, whichever you said is fine. But in terms of cost also, time is absolute fine. Time is money anyways. Okay. See, then one more in. Okay, great. I don't know who's this, but almost it's almost correct. 50L. Great. See, one more information I want you to check is this is the assurance of this report. This is nothing but a third-party company. We need to come and assure this report. Why this assurance is? It will make credibility of your report. The third party, for example, KPMG, EY, and PwC, I don't know how many people know, like many people will know, but in terms of they do this work. But these kind of companies, what they do, they will come check each and every data point of this. Like see, I can't just like that say that I saved energy intensity. See, this is this graph which mentioned my emission intensity. For NOx in 2015, I have emitted 0.77, but 2018, I have 1.23, which is higher. See, sustainability reporting is not about only showing positives. It is about transparency. It is about creating a transparency. So in specific GHG emission, I have mentioned 0.8 ton of CO2 per megawatt. This is who will check this value. Basically, I can put anything now. So it's my company. I want revenue. So like it is like self price or something also can happen. Like the sustainability, that chances are more. So that's why companies hire third party. Like basically these guys, what they will do, they will come and check each and every data point, and finally they will give a statement. See, whatever data we checked in this report, it is good. So whenever you are checking or you are reading any kind of report, please check about assurance statement. This assurance statement is one of the most like how to say this to make a credibility in this report. Please read this. In this they have mentioned everything. What is it? So assurance cost also matters most, I think. So I think I need to quickly jump into general topic to involve people. Okay. So I'm getting back into presentations. So anybody want a like sustainability reporting kind of any idea or something, please reach me out as well. I'll share my LinkedIn this thing. Like link. What is it? Okay. And quickly into presentation. 1 minute. What is this? Okay, slide. See, please take a time to read these two reports. One is Adani and this is Tata Steel report. Adani is, I have more experience, so that's why I explained. And I don't know whether like how it is, how better help you, but I happy to get your feedback suggestions. And this is the cost. See, this cost question is something which excited me now, because like, see, I was like in 16 positive or something. During this time, like every student question will be, what is the cost of the project? What is the efficiency of this project? So if anyone forces to ask question, like, so that is a kind of mandatory question, like every students would have been have, like even because since like I'm from TNAU, I know this better. So the major cost which we spent on the report is for the assurance, which I showed in the last page as a certificate. The third party will come. So the like in terms of example, like I said, 50 lakhs, 60-page report. Having a 50 lakhs budget means each page is nearly to the 1 lakh we spent. That is first. Then second is for assurance of the report alone, we spent around 18 lakhs. See, the reason I'm telling you the cost is that much importance company started paying. It's not like 1 or 2 lakhs. It is not like, it is a bigger like 50 lakhs is it is just not like that case now. So then for designing a report, not like professional as an environment professional, I can't do it. There is outside some consultancies as well, they do the designing. So even a designing is I think 6 lakhs we spent around this. Then internal cost is how much time we have spent. The company, see, I don't know how many people have a corporate idea. The corporate will spend money in terms of how many man hours we spent. Basically, what is the man hours we spent in preparing. So we almost spent 6 months in preparing a report. So from this, the cost will be considered. So this is the cost aspect. So the reason I said the cost aspect also, like I said earlier, that much importance. Then second is the major reason for people using system reporting is kind of reputation, trust building, and third is kind of a branding. Like, so if a company is publishing a system report in the outside market, in the investor side, they will think, yeah, this company is doing something. It's not like without data I'm saying, but it is a common perception. Like we tend to judge people like that. So it is basic in our roots. So final into conclusion. So I think I tend to speak fast. So this is a kind of a conclusion. So whatever I said, so I want one information to be very strong registered in your mind is to see and read about report, how you can make use of it. That is one. Then second is, these are some areas which I thought of discussing with everyone. So I don't know whether how many students are attending, like any kind of people who are looking for a job opportunities for the students or something. So some points which I mentioned here, it's about how the market is going to be, job opportunities and role of energy and environmental engineers and way forward. See, like I said, a classic example is how much I spent for a report. Now, like for 60 pages, I spent 50 lakhs means, so you can think how big this market is going to be. So definitely, like in coming years, in SEBI, we have more than 1 lakh companies listed. Right now, only 500 companies are listed. 500 companies are preparing a report. You can say even 1,000 also. Think about if 1 lakh companies started to publishing a report, then how much job market is going to open. That is kind of interesting, and we are pretty excited. Like everyone in this area is pretty excited. And I feel like, especially I'm from the energy environment background, I feel we are most eligible. I don't know why I related to this, but I'm kind of feeling like, see, we have a more upper end like that because we know about basics about energy. It is a kind of I don't know whether in LCA whoever attended the meeting, they would have got this. It is a mix of both. Like you need to have some kind of technicality idea, some kind of technical idea, not expert, but same ways you need to have some kind of basic managemental skills, which is we got extremely good at our course because we tend to read about lot course. Then coming to the second point is job opportunities. Like I said now, like there are rating agencies. What they do was that basic work is to read a report and make a ranking of this company. Like right now the market is expanded like anything. I don't know, like, so I write some of the rating agencies, MSCI, CDP and S&P Global. Please check those companies. These are the rating agencies who need, like, see, I don't know, this is the only domain which hire PhDs like anything. So none of that incorporates, none of the domain like hire a PhD, like, because nobody want to spend in R&D. Like when people come from PhD, they tend to say something like, see, we don't have a budget in, but this is the area like PhD people, doctorate people more often hired because for the consultancy role, and they are excellent in writing. So that is, so this is, and right now, from which college people are filling these company positions and all. Now, if you ask that question also, Terry, basically, then like tier 1 colleges are there. I am Lucknow is there, so I don't want to go into tier 1 colleges. So the tier 2 colleges something like a diverse pool. I don't know how many, like Symbiosis Institute, you can check it out. Then Terry, these 2 colleges are major chunk. People who are working in these areas are from these colleges. Basically, you can check it out. This. So basically, the role kind of work is, you will be assigned a list of companies. Your work should be kind of a reading a report to make a judgmental call how the company is doing good in environment or something. So if you want to kickstart a career, or if you want to know more about it, I have a couple of links. I'll paste it here again. So one is today, and I think next, like maybe 15th, there's a academy called Earth Academy, who's conducting a free webinar on sustainability reporting, ESG. So you can think about this ESGS. So you can, that's a free webinar. You can attend it definitely. So I would suggest everyone like who's from like who's very new to this field, you can join and attend this. And one more, like sustainability trends, mostly in LinkedIn, I tend to follow like LinkedIn, the company called Polith. So these guys are like, see, we don't have a much of our time to read or something now. Like right now, because of this too much duration, like every minute we are getting some information. So for crisp and clean information, these two company pages are there. So what I do was, let me know 1 minute. I will share the screen. I will put the both the link in chat. You can check it out. What is I think this Polith page I will get I will get the link, and parallelly for any kind of help in this, like if you want to kickstart a career or basics about this subject, or how you want to be from different role, you want to jump into this for corporate sustainability, feel free to reach out to me. So I have my LinkedIn account. I will put it here. So this is my LinkedIn link. Feel free to reach out to me. So almost we are on time. So
Participants, the session is now open for discussion. So kindly put forth your questions.
okay, thank you. See, I have put my this. Wow, great question. Huh? So corruption impact. So I never see it's a really great question. Now the reason I'm asking, like, because we talk about externalities now, like the report which I said about how the business is going to, the corruption impact is inside. We should have a policy which is called zero tolerance and whistleblower mechanism. If the company should have this basically. So how is this is going to work is, if a corruption inside company is going to happen, the policy should mention the person who involved in this with the implementation mechanism. Like couple of things they will mention. The corruption notice will be noticed everywhere, because it's not with the corruption with the government. It's a corruption inside, because corruption with the government, it is we can't talk about this. Corruption inside this, like it's straight away whistleblower policy we have. So with that policy or a zero tolerance policy, we will immediately take action on this. That is one. And second important aspect now, like see everyone regarding corruption, I will talk about clawback policy. See, do you think that in recent times airline companies started bankrupting, which is one of the industry which often bankrupt often, like sorry for mixing words, but the industry like it's just like now every year some airline will get bankrupt. So like even Jet Airways, I think Jet Airways, I think so. Yeah, Jet Airways in India got bankrupted, and before Deccan Airways, something like that. Now the reason right now, because of the sustainable performance, which is a holistic approach of economic governance and social and all. Now, so what it is going to bring is, it is going to ask companies to come up with a clawback policy. Clawback policy is, I don't know, like the every company CEOs, like as a common people, what we will think, the company CEOs are paid high and top management is paid high. But right now, what the policy is saying, if the company is making negative profit, then it is a right of a company, or else it is having a policy to take back what are the incentives which was given to the top management. Because the reason is, the company is not spoiled by all the employees because of the top level management decisions. No? So that is why. So this is kind of policy which, if anyone is interested, please read clawback policy. So yeah, thanks for that question, corruption. So that's why I thought about this clawback policy. I don't know like how much for a technicality person it is going to be help, but please like feel free to reach about this for discussion. Like if you're a student, or if any of your student, if you want to discuss, or if you want to do a project on this, feel free to schedule a one-on-one call. Like in LinkedIn, if you send a message, I will make sure to respond to everyone within a day or something. But so that is a maximum I can share. Like so, I think. See, any students attending the this session?
No, sir. It is only for faculties.
Great. Okay. So the reason for this question is because I don't know, like tier 2 colleges and the MNCs like Amazon, like Adani. See, I do from tier 2 colleges, but the reason I got placed, so that is something else. So the like I thought the point I would say emphasize now, like the work or project which do matters. Definitely coursework is also matters, but more than that, please do a networking. So that made me come up to this level. So like because Amazon is hiring as a rigorous process. So they hire, like every companies want to hire the best. So networking is something which I felt during my college days I didn't follow it. But if anybody want to hire a like want to get into Amazon or Adani or something, so this is a major, like networking is most important, because through that you will get to learn fast. I don't know what is this output or anything you understand it, but just read about Session report. That's final thing I can share.
Any other questions from the participant side?
Okay. So I think we have 5 minutes time. Before that, like, see, first, thanks to Balaji sir and Subramani sir, like, for having me. So I never thought, like, I don't know, like, things I was joined there. So, but it was like a great opportunity for me, especially to getting back here, because like since I joined in Amazon, like Amazon as a company which never uses presentation. So we use only documents. So this opportunity gave me to go back and making kind of presentations. So extremely thanks to both of you. Like, so like very like gratitude to TNAU, like whatever level which I reached because of my seniors, basically. Like I have a good connect with them. They help me to reach here. So yeah, thanks a lot, sir.
I hope there are no more questions. We'll wind up the session.